and good morning. We're up bright and early outside Mr. Sandeep Dhar's doorstep, who's the head of Tesco HSC, short form for Hindustan Service Centre. Tesco, as we all know, is Britain's biggest retailer and the world's third largest retailer. What does Tesco HSC do, though? And what does its boss do, as well as what's up with the global parent company? We're going to find out all of that today.
Good morning, Mokshita.
Good morning, Sandeep. How are you?
Pretty good. Welcome.
You live in a beautiful locality.
Yes, it's also quite peaceful and quiet. Come at a good time. The kids are just getting ready to go to school.
Wow, you have a full house here. Huh?
Yeah, this is Shefali.
Hi.
That's Vaibhav.
Hi.
And that's Shreya.
Hi.
And that's my
Hi.
wife, Swaran.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you.
So what's the plan for today? Are there any activities happening in school?
Today is exam.
Skating for you?
And today exam.
Exams for you, is it? Very good. Very
They
good.
look very relaxed for exams.
Well, there are so many exams happening all the time. How can you get stressed about it?
Well, as you can see, Sandeep is serving his kids breakfast and not really eating himself. Well, that's because he has his exercise routine still coming up, which is yoga. He's also going to talk to us about his love for philosophy and his fetish for gadgets.
Time to go to school.
Bye.
Bye-bye, have fun. Now that I have packed them off to school, I can spend some time doing some yoga.
Okay.
Why don't we go up for that? I do try and make sure that I do yoga, pranayam and yogic stretching for at least 5 days in a week. And then I also try and go to the gym in the evenings at least 3 times in a week. So a combination of the aerobic stuff in the gym and the benefits of good old yoga helps me maintain both the physical and the mental fitness side of things.
Great. When did you start yoga?
Well, fortunately, in our school, when I was a kid, they used to teach us yoga. So the basic foundation of yoga started from there.
Right.
And then, as you know, when you are small, whatever you are taught in school, you think that's an academic subject and you try and not appreciate it so much at times. So there came a period where I was not practicing yoga, and it was about 8 years back that I restarted. And ever since I've been doing yoga, I have not had to take a single day off from work for health reasons.
Wow. Well, I feel more relaxed just looking at Sandeep exercise. Well, now that we have space for more mental stimulation, let's go have a look at Sandeep's books.
So Mokshita, I'll show you a small collection of books I have here.
Yes, sir.
They kind of reflects some of the books I've been reading. So one of the things I've been doing is I've been researching
Right.
the evolution of some of the Chinese arts like Tai Chi, and how they have originated from yoga and some of the other arts in India. So I've been studying a lot of Tai Chi and what they call Qigong, and it's amazing to see how much similarity there is and how much they have taken from yoga in evolving these art forms. I also have to read stuff related to my work, and I am reading this book right now, which talks about the store wars in India. Makes fascinating reading and gives you the story of the early evolution of retail in India. So Mokshita, I would like to first show you this digital photo frame.
Right.
It's from a Tesco-owned brand called Technica,
Okay.
which we have launched to compete in all categories of electronics with some of the bigger players. It's much more interesting than a normal photo frame because you can load all your photographs onto a memory stick and then it automatically keeps changing the photographs one after the other. It obviously needs electricity to work on, So to preserve electricity, what the photo frame does is when there is no one in the room, it switches off automatically, and it has these motion sensors here. So the moment someone enters the room, it switches on automatically at that time.
Okay, great.
Yeah. What I have over here is a MacBook Pro. This is what I do all my video editing and photo editing on. And this is also right now connected to the internet because the whole house is Wi-Fi enabled. And I can actually connect to YouTube and play the audio from this high-end music system that we have here. So what's special about these speakers is that the enclosure is made from a single block of wood. So it's not, 4 pieces of wood which have been put together to make this. It's a wooden block which has been hollowed to fit in all the parts into it. Okay. So the result is this is about 30 kilograms in weight.
Sandeep has another fetish, cars, which perhaps explains why, despite the fact that he has 2 drivers, he chooses to drive himself to work. I think about a half an hour's drive, right?
It is.
To your work. And for a busy man like you, that must be a lot of time going back and forth, especially if you're driving yourself. Do you manage to do some work while you're driving also?
So I'm able to, this has a well-integrated kit with the mobile phone. So I can very comfortably make and receive phone calls. And, it's totally hands-free. I can keep talking like I'm talking right now if the call comes, and I can make sure that I'm concentrating on driving by having both my hands on the steering wheel at all points of time. Welcome to Tesco Moxda. This is Tesco HSC. This is Tesco's Global Shared Service Center, and this is where we are providing a very wide range of services to Tesco globally.
Right.
We provide services both on the IT side of things as well as on the non-IT side of things. Mm-hmm. So as you spend time with us here today, we'll take you through all that we do over here.
Great. How many employees are housed here?
We have right now about 3,800 people on this campus.
Okay.
And we plan to end this calendar year with closer to 4,000 people.
Okay.
So that's what the plan is, and that's how we are growing right now. So actually, as this whole recession came up, one of the things that Tesco wanted to do was become more efficient as an organization.
Right.
And this center over here, one of its key mandates is to help Tesco become more efficient as an organization. Come this way. To the right, please. So this is, where I sit. It's my small little office, and this is where I spend a lot of time during the day. Please come in.
It's a nice, big, bright room.
Please have a seat. Yes, I like the room to be bright. I think that makes for a lot of positive energy.
Right.
And, keeps you happy during the day.
So if I can ask you about Tesco HSC,
Sure.
What does your company here do?
So Tesco, as you would be knowing, is the 3rd largest retailer in the world and is present in about 14 countries. And what we have over here is a global shared service center. So we provide various IT and non-IT services for Tesco globally. The way to look at it is that by centralizing a lot of our IT and non-IT work into this place, we are able to help Tesco with standardizing processes, developing new systems, and overall helps Tesco become a more efficient organization. So there are significant parts which we are involved in. One of them is to do with what we call the Tesco operating model. So what Tesco has done is it has designed ideal processes with backing IT systems, which they would like every country to be running with. So this combination of ideal processes and systems is called the Tesco operating model. And the Tesco vision is that every country should be running the same Tesco operating model. And my organization is responsible for helping all these countries move from their existing systems, which I may not be supporting today, to the Tesco operating model. So as the Tesco operating model goes into each country, increasingly all their IT related work will start happening from here.
Right. So right now there's no percentage you can mark per se.
For our UK business, about 70% of the IT work is done out of this place.
When you have close to 4,000 employees reporting to you, it's important to at least know what their faces look like. Well, one way to start is by meeting the new joinees every week, which are about 25 on an average. So Mr. Sandeep Dhar is here to induct them and give them a download on the company culture.
Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Sandeep, and I head this company that you have chosen to join in India, Tesco HSC. Just a while back you were talking about how many people we have, and I guess the best way to know more about the people and the environment that we create for them is to speak to our head of HR, Sudhesh.
Right.
He's here with me.
Hi Sudhesh, Mukta, nice to meet you.
Hi,
now we hear Tesco has also won an award for its innovative HR practices this year, in fact. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your initiatives?
Sure. I think in some way it's a recognition for all the good things that we have done as a company for the last 5.5, 6 years. When we set up this operation, we differentiated ourselves in many ways. For instance, we brought some of the progressive HR practices from the UK, which Tesco has perfected over time, and added that to the good HR practices that prevail in this industry.
Sandeep, now globally Tesco has achieved a significant higher revenue over last year, despite the recession. So how is India sort of helped in this whole overall growth story and in terms of optimizing costs for the global parent company?
It's a very interesting question, and we need to understand the reason why a company or a setup like HSC was created by Tesco in the first place. Now, most companies, when they come to India, they come to India because of the lower salary costs.
Right.
Now, for a company like Tesco, that's not important, because in UK alone, which is a high-cost geography, we have about 260,000 people. Now, out of those 260,000 people, if 4,000 people sitting here are at a lower cost, the savings that we get from this lower salary is just marginal and is not significant for Tesco.
Right.
So the real reason why Tesco is here is because we believe that India offers the most scalable set of English-speaking experts in technology, in accounting, in architecture, in process, in areas of process optimization, in analytics, these kind of areas. So because of this capability that exists here, Tesco has come to India. And the result is that when we had these tough times which came up, Tesco wanted to make things more affordable and cheaper for its customers in the stores. Right. Now, one of the ways to do that is by becoming more efficient as an organization.
Right.
And because of the capability that exists in HSC, we ended up being able to help Tesco become more efficient as an organization.
Now, while there are no actual Tesco stores in India as yet, the next best thing to the real environment is what is called a retail test lab. And what that is, well, Sandeep's going to tell us about that.
Sure, Mukta. So, I mentioned earlier that we are present in about 14 countries.
Right.
And a lot of the software that we develop over here in Tesco gets deployed in these countries.
Right.
So what we have done in this retail test lab is that we have created the actual technical environment which may be existing in that particular country. So for example, you'll see the China environment here, the Japan environment here, you'll have Turkey on that side. And for each of these countries, what we have done is that whichever equipment or device we are using in that particular country, we have a sample of that device available for us over here. The result is that when we do any kind of software development, we make sure that we are able to test it out in a real environment. That way we are able to make sure that when the actual application does get rolled out in a particular country, it's going to work and there will be absolutely no glitches faced and no negative customer impact which will come in when we roll out the application. Right. So what I'll probably do now is I will show you some of these devices. As I was saying, we have every possible device that we may be using anywhere in the Tesco world in this test lab. Yes. You will see over here, these are handheld infrared scanners. These are credit card swiping machines. This is a usual till. Now the interesting part is that many of these devices may be existing even in India, but the software which is driving them, which Tesco puts in behind these devices is far more sophisticated than what you would get in most places in India. For example, here we have an interesting device. This is a two-dimensional infrared scanning device. You would have seen in stores when you go and someone is helping you check out with a particular product, time is wasted in looking for which part of the product the infrared, the barcode is in. In this, what happens is you have infrared reading from this side as well as from this side coming. So when you move the product through this, the probability is very high that the barcode will be automatically captured for scanning purposes. So this is, we can go on, and most of these devices are from across the world.
Well, with someone who's so particular about his fitness, it's not surprising that the food he eats is also going to be very healthy. Why don't you also go take a break and we'll meet you on the other side. Incidentally, this campus has been recently awarded for being one of the most ornamental gardens in the city. So why don't we take a walk down this beautiful campus with Sandeep. Sandeep, now it's been a year since you've joined Tesco HSC. So what has your journey been like so far?
Well, extremely enriching. One of the things which has clearly struck me is how we have a very values-driven way of running this company, and that has been very unique. As I compare this with some of the other organizations that I have worked in. So, in Tesco, we do have two core values. One is that no one tries harder for the customer than us. And the second is that we treat people the way we would like to be treated. And just with these two core values, it's amazing, how universal these values are. And these values are helping Tesco, bind together across the various countries that we are present in. So that's been extremely thought-provoking for me, and today I think our biggest competitive advantage is not the size and complexity of the stores that we run, it's not the supply chain that we run, but our true competitive advantage is the culture that we have built over the last so many decades.
Right. Going forward now, Sandeep, the future, if I can ask you at a bigger picture level, what is happening in the industry in terms of, organized retail is still very underpenetrated in India. It's about, I think, 5%. So what are the plans of Tesco? Are they planning to open retail stores here, and what are some of the challenges that are stopping? Is it FDI, is it government?
Yeah. Well, it is clearly, the need for the government to deregularize this sector and, relax the norms related to foreign direct investment in the sector. And I think it's very important. It's important from two perspectives to do that in India. One is that I think with organized retail coming in, a lot more investment will go into building modern, sophisticated, robust supply chains. And the second big part of it is the customer itself. Today we believe that, the customer is kind of taken for granted and is underserviced. If you go to, most of the retail stores out there today, you will find that they wouldn't have invested in providing proper car parking facilities, and the attitude seems to be that, if a customer is to shop here, he can go ahead and find out where to park. So people either don't have any parking at all, or they have under-provided for parking. So I think, from the customer perspective, there is a lot for the customers to benefit by getting, more organized retail. And, as and when companies like Tesco are able to come into this country, this would be another area which will see some dramatic improvements.
So when do you see this happening? So if I can again ask you to elaborate on that in terms of, see, like Bharti, Walmart that's a successful example of things that are happening, though it is cash and carry. What is, Tesco planning to do in the India market soon?
So Tesco, from the retail store perspective, clearly will have to wait for the, government to come in and open the retail stores.
Okay, and you see this happening anytime soon, your foresight?
Anybody's prediction.
Anybody's prediction.
No,
when it comes
no
to what
guesses
about
on that.
HSC, I think are you planning to open any more campuses like this or expanding this
Not
office?
in the very near future, because right now we already have enough land available to construct a fourth building, and in the interim, we have gone ahead and leased additional space. So we have another building about half a kilometer from this particular campus, which can house close to 1,000 people. So we are already investing in in creating more capacity, in this region itself. And we believe that by, trying to open up a second city, we lose some of the advantages of scale, that scale in a single location brings for you. So I think in the foreseeable future, you would see us only concentrating on Bangalore.
Okay. Finally, Sandeep, what are a couple of things, again at a bigger level, if you look at the whole picture, what are some of the things that people don't really know about Tesco?
Well, lots of things. I think, there are areas where we are significant and big, which people don't know about. People do not know that in UK we are significant retailers of fuel. We are in fact the second largest fuel retailer in UK. On the e-commerce side, we are the world's largest e-grocer, so nobody sells more grocery online than we do. Similarly, people are not aware that in UK we are also providing retail banking services, and we are stepping up our presence over there. And similarly, people don't know that we have significant interest in mobile phone services and telecom products in UK.
Right. Finally, in a line, if you were to sum up your vision for Tesco HSC going forward.
So vision clearly is that, we want to be the world's best provider of end-to-end retail services and solutions, and help Tesco globally be an extremely efficient company.